I'm going to explain how I've generated over $10,000 with my online business. I was able to sell high ticket offers to multiple different companies, and this is only my third month in business. I didn't really need any high ticket sales skills. All I really did here was implement one simple funnel that pre-sold all of the leads who I was talking to on calls and made the sales process extremely easy because all of my prospects saw the value in my offer. I'm going to walk you through the exact funnel that I used to do this, but first I'm going to break some of your limiting beliefs. So most people think that you need ads to sell high ticket. Wrong. Because ads are ads. Everybody knows that it's an ad. Genuinely, yes, it works. Paid ads work. Organic works. Whatever works. But why not keep your margins extremely high and choose organic? It's going to hold a lot more longevity with your business rather than just relying on paid ads forever. Most people think that you need 100,000 followers to build a coaching business. Wrong again. And most people think that you need 7+ hours of content before they buy. It's true, but not always. Sophisticated buyers don't need to be convinced to buy. You don't need to manipulate a sophisticated buyer. So if you're selling B2B, if you're selling to companies, if you're an agency, you don't need to convince these people to buy your offer. They just need to trust you. And when people believe that you are the right person to solve their problem, all you have to do is make yourself the obvious choice. Now this is what I call the Shark Island analogy. This is something that a sales coach, his name is Cole Gordon, he illustrated this. So your ICP, your ideal client profile, your avatar, whatever you want to call it, they're at their current situation on the island. And they're trying to get to their desired situation, to the other island, right? And in between, there's a big body of water. And now there's multiple different ways to get there. You can choose your competitor's offer. Your prospects and your ICP, you need to make them believe that this is what your competitor's offer looks like. Yes, it's still gonna get them to the desired situation. It's a little bit harder to get to, right? Another way is to do it yourself. You need to make your prospect believe that doing it themselves is going to result in a journey that looks something like this. Going up and down, up, around, back and forth, whatever. It's gonna take a long time, either way, right? You can clearly see that doing it yourself is extremely hard. And then, we can't forget that there's going to be objections. I need to talk to my wife about it. I don't know if I can swing it right now. I don't want to put the money into it. It's not the right time. I gotta think about it. These are all the objections that your ideal client is thinking when they are deciding whether to go to their desired situation. But you have to make your offer the obvious route for your prospects to take to get to their desired situation. Now, a big part about this is that you have to understand the best route for them before they do. And people don't know what they need. People think that the best route is to do it themselves. People think that the best route is to go with a competitor. If you can give them certainty on the best direction, you can eliminate doing it themselves, and you can eliminate your competitor's offer. And then one by one, if you position your offer so good and you provide so much value and they understand that you can help them, and you show them by showing them results, case studies, and it's clear to them that they understand that you specifically can help them solve their problem and get them to the desired situation, you eliminate, I gotta talk to my wife about it. I need to think about it. It's just not the right time. It's just too expensive. You eliminate all of those objections because you have created so much value, and the perceived value is actually higher than what your price of the offer is. And you make it so that it's like an absolute no-brainer. This is what we want. We want our offer to be the obvious solution and the last one standing when it comes to options when you want to get to their desired situation, to desired island. I hope that makes sense. You have to eliminate all other routes to the destination and you win sometimes. It's not always the case though. There's a crucial piece of the puzzle that's missing, and nobody talks about this because they don't want to share the sauce, because everyone's making a lot of money with this, so people don't want to share how people are making money. I'm gonna give it to you because I've studied this stuff and I've done it myself and I've seen it happen. I generated a lot of money for myself without having any prior sales skills. Now, people think that with proof, results, case studies, testimonials, which is true, and if you show up across platforms with confidence like YouTube and Instagram, you'll become the person that they want. It's wrong. I'm going to explain the reason why sales skills or even your offer isn't the missing puzzle piece. And I just want to preface that this video isn't about closing training because I was never a salesman. I became a problem solver. This video is about the funnel that does 80% of the selling. Just because we're on the topic, a rule of thumb for closing a deal. You just got to get the right people on the call in the first place. So get people financially qualified for your offer on the call, smile, right? And make them laugh within the first 10 seconds. You got to build rapport, get people to like you, set expectations within 5 minutes of the call, hold your authority, set the frame, let people know what this whole call is about, be the leader filter that leads them in the right direction. Ask clean and concise questions. Talk 70% less than you already do. You are talking way too much on sales calls. You need to cut that down by 70%. Ask more questions and listen. Find the actual problem, understand the actual problem, understand how to solve the problem, and clearly articulate how you can help them solve their problem. That's how you close a deal. But here's the truth that most business owners miss. You can have the best closing skills and still lose deals. You know why? Because it's not your sales tactics, it's your funnel. It's how people are actually getting onto your calls in the first place. It's not done through paid ads, promise you, or going viral. You gotta understand that it's done through a trust machine that runs 24/7 and pre-sells the call without them even knowing. That's the crazy part. People don't even know that they're being sold. They just love your content. Now, people buy because they trust that you will solve the problem. Buyers are already deep into research before they even speak to the sales team. And research equals a nurtured lead. And 61% of B2B buyers now prefer a rep-free buying experience. Can you believe that? No one wants to talk to sales reps anymore. Everybody knows the deal. They know that they're on a sales call. They just want to see the value. So that's all you really gotta do. You just gotta show them that you can solve their problem. Which means that your content and funnel carry the weight, not your closing script. You can be an average closer and still make a lot of money in info if people trust you. I promise you, because in my experience, I had zero formal sales experience, no sales training when I started, but I was really good at connecting with anybody. Honestly, you can put anybody in front of me and I can probably connect with them. I went to Japan. Listen, this is a crazy story. I went to Japan, right, for 2 weeks. And in those 2 weeks, I learned Japanese completely with ChatGPT and Google Translate and practicing my phone while I was on the fly. And I met so many amazing people and spoke to them in Japanese, and I was able to communicate, order things in Japanese, talk to people in Japanese. It was crazy. I'm just really good at connecting with anybody, but you don't have to be a master at Japanese. You don't have to be really good at this stuff. You honestly just gotta smile and be a human and just be friendly with people. You just gotta like talking to people. This is a crucial part of this whole funnel that you tie into and fit into the missing puzzle piece, because you are the missing puzzle piece that you need in your business in order to make a lot of money, which is your ability to connect with people and get people to like and trust you. That is what is going to elevate your business and going to make you a lot of money. I promise you. I smiled and I could make people laugh. And here's the thing, if you smile at someone, it causes their brain to naturally trigger them to smile back. Like if you smile at someone, if you laugh with somebody, their instinct is to laugh back and it lowers their guard. That's what it does. It gets people to like you. It gets people to be like, oh, this guy's normal. This guy's a human. He's not just taking me through a sales process. I even sold stuff before I even heard about high ticket sales. High ticket sales right now is so popular right now. You see it all the time on Instagram Reels, but I didn't even know about this space and I was still selling stuff online. I remember closing a $1,000 videography deal like way back 4 years ago on the call and smiled and connected with the prospect. I didn't even realize that it was a sales call. I literally just said, okay, here's how I can make a video for you. This is the price. I'll charge you $1,000 for it. And they're like, sure. And it's all because I got my prospects to like me and trust me with my content and my funnel. And here's where it is, the YTF, the YouTube Trust Funnel. This is what the YouTube Trust Funnel looks like, right? So on top, you have your top of funnel IG Reels. This is usually how a lot of people get leads. And yes, I do it this way as well because I have a lot of trust within my audience. People like me, so I'm able to just quickly DM set them, get them onto qualification calls, send them a pre-call introduction with testimonials and proof, put them onto a strategy session, aka a sales call, and then close the deal. Now, with the YouTube Trust Funnel, you're basically getting people from your Instagram top of funnel Reels, putting them into your high value YouTube content, directing all of your traffic from Instagram on your YouTube channel where you talk about your high value stuff, where people get pre-sold. That's where people are doing their research. That's where people are getting pre-sold onto your offer. That's where people are trusting you, and that's where people ultimately getting the entire picture of what it is, what you do, how you can help them, how you're helping other people solve the same problems that they're facing, and it's just ultimately a lot better. And then you have a simple call to action in the description, and your video sales letter does all the pre-selling. Your prospects should be pre-sold already. You just need to drop the price, tell them how you can help them, explain how you can figure out a solution for them, get clarity, get on the same page with them. When the prospect understands that, you can solve their problem, and that's the best direction. Remember the island analogy, that your offer is the best solution for that. That's when they're already pre-sold. That's the number one thing that you need to do on these calls, right? Especially with YTF. The ultimate goal is to get people to trust you and your offer. And the easiest way to do that is to spark the curiosity on Instagram about why people should like you. Be authentic on Instagram. Show who you naturally are. and explain yourself and why people should trust you on YouTube. A general rule of thumb is that it takes 7 hours of content consumption for someone to buy from you. But after doing my research for my own offer, and this is just for my own offer, and you can apply it to yours, it only takes one video and an authentic personal brand on Instagram to build trust. Together, Instagram and YouTube send buyers to the call, already decided. By the time they hit the call, objections barely exist. Now, why does YTF beat pure closing skill? 65% of B2B buyers say that YouTube influenced a recent purchase. Most B2B buyers are 57% through the journey before they speak to you. So your content must shape their belief early. All that stuff does the selling. The sales call is just a transaction. You need to make them believe that you know their problem and you can solve it within your content on YouTube. Buyers prefer to self-educate and avoid sales reps. So how can we become the people in the industry and the industry leaders in this space who have the most trust with our audience? Your content has to do almost 90% of the sales process, and the YTF meets them where they research and build trust over time. With a strong YTF, your closing rate will naturally rise without any sales training because your leads are already going to be pre-sold. For me, my clients are sharp, they're sophisticated, financially qualified, and serious. Now, just because you might have a B2C offer where you're helping people who are consumers and 9-to-5 workers doesn't mean that you still can't apply this, and they don't necessarily need 7+ hours of content because they see value on my YouTube channel already, and they could probably get 7+ hours of content, but a lot of people aren't going to watch 7+ hours of content, and if you can get them to do it, oh my gosh, like you're going to get paid in fulls left and right here. People already see me as like someone who's an expert who knows my stuff, okay? And even though I have a few hundred views on these videos right now, and maybe you're watching this and you're like, what are you talking about? You have tens of thousands of views. Now I need to tell you something here, okay? 100 views on YouTube is equivalent to 10K views on IG. That's how valuable YouTube views are. The views on YouTube are so much more valuable because people are staying for longer than just scrolling for 2 seconds on Instagram. And on top of my YouTube, they see the testimonials like with Rome, with John, helped John sign his first client. We helped Rome save so much time, which honestly saved them tens of thousands of dollars every single month. So they see the testimonials, they see the case studies, and before we even get onto a sales call, they see the proof. And the only objection I get now is money. That's the only objection that you should be getting. And in those cases, I just did a bad job at financially qualifying my leads. It shouldn't be anything to do with your offer. If it's something to do with your offer, you're messing up something in the sales process. And if people become resourceful and find money to work with you, you're doing something right. And that's why the YouTube trust funnel prints while you sleep. Trust will compound through long form content. Organic authority can't be turned off. You can't just turn off a YouTube video. I mean, you can, but it's always going to be circulating. That's the thing about YouTube. I once had a video go extremely viral, get over 8.5 million views literally a year after I posted it. YouTube holds shelf life, and you can split test and change the title, thumbnail, and stuff if you have a very valuable video that you know is very good. It's all about the title and thumbnail, so all you gotta do is just like 6-7. No, what all you gotta do is change those things up and just get really good at YouTube. The best kind of marketing is content that people want to consume. I love YouTube, and it's honestly better than any other social media. The YTF is a non-negotiable, especially if you're a coach, especially if you're a consultant, even if you're an agency. You have to implement YouTube videos into your business. It's non-negotiable. So you got to become someone who is worth trusting, become someone who is valuable, and show people that you can get them results. That's all it really is. And it's all in the YouTube game. The YouTube trust funnel is the #1 thing that you need to implement into your business right now because Instagram isn't cutting it. It's not good enough, especially if you're selling something high ticket. You got to be using both. Both of them are good in their own ways, but leveraging and leaning on YouTube is the #1 lever that you can pull, especially in content creation, especially if you're a personal brand. Let me know if this information was helpful or if it wasn't, but either way, thank you for watching and stay locked in, my friend.